Today on the Point Blank Performance YouTube channel, we're talking about the LML Duramax, just like the one behind me on the rack. These trucks were made from 2011 all the way to 2016. Now hopefully you've been following along the channel, but if you haven't, now's your opportunity to check out our D3 HP package we did on an LML Duramax. We made over 700 rear-wheel horsepower. Check it out here. But today's D3 package will be totally different. We're not chasing horsepower, we're not chasing torque. We're chasing one thing, reliability. And with these trucks, you've got three options. You can take and upgrade your LML Duramax. Option two, you can take that truck and trade it into the dealership. Hopefully you'll get a good trade-in value, but more importantly, hopefully you can find a brand new L5P to upgrade to. Or you can hold out for option three. You're on vacation, you got your wife over here, the kids in the back, trying not to drum up a divorce, but it may happen when this little guy right here grenades and leaves you on the side of the road. So for you LML owners that don't know what this little guy is, this is your high pressure fuel pump, the CP4.2. Now this little guy's got its work cut out for it staying alive, and here's why. These trucks are meant to work, right? They're either high performance or they're daily drivers. Well, if you're hauling a big load and you're out in New Mexico and you're running that dude low of fuel, guess what? It gets lubricated by diesel fuel. You're just asking for this guy to blow up on you. And if so, you're gonna be out there, you'll be on the side of the road with the big repair bill. Number two thing, you've got the ultra low sulfur fuel, saving the world, right? Well, it's not gonna save this little guy's life, and here's why. It's because sulfur is and has lubricating properties in it. So therefore, this little guy doesn't get all those nutrients it needs to stay lubricated to keep doing a job. So make for sure, one, you keep fuel in it. Number two, put an additive in there. What kind of additive? You guys do your own research and put something inside there. Now, if you're a Ford guy, you're just stuck with the CP4.2 pump. I'm sorry. But if you're an LML Duramax owner, guess what? We're gonna put this guy to the side and we're gonna roll in a CP3 conversion. Guess what? You don't have to bring it to our shop. Guys, it's all free knowledge. You can jump on any website, Google CP3 conversion. We went with the Fleece 10 mil CP3 conversion. If you want to know how it works, give them a call, but it's just like this. You've got a can, you've got a Dorito spinning in there. It's a more robust design. These were used in the 5.9 Cummins. You guys with the 5.9 Cummins, I know you're going, yep, my truck lasts, and it's still going. It's got 500,000 miles. Well, we want that LML Duramax to make 500,000 miles. Now guys, we said we're upgrading to our D3 HP package, but we weren't going after big power. So why don't we just keep the factory turbocharger in there? Because hell, I want it to sound good, and guess what? We can. So why do we take out the factory turbocharger that comes equipped on your LML Duramax? These do a perfect, great job for anyone looking to make that 550 rear-wheel horsepower. Who makes this turbocharger? Garrett. Okay, so we got that point nailed. It's a variable geometry turbocharger. You know I'm not a fan of them. These have electronics here, vane position sensor, and you got your actuator on the side. When you shut it off and you hear those vanes inside, just trying to figure out where it's going. So these turbochargers sound good, put out good power. Yeah, they've got everything going with them, but the truck was made in 2011. So this unit now is what, 10, 11 years old. So that means there is a probability the electronics could go out sooner than later. So why not upgrade? And guess what? This client upgraded into our D3 package. He went with a steel Garrett unit, meaning it looks OEM factory because it is a factory drop-in turbocharger. It's the Garrett Power Max. The compressor on the front of that turbocharger is a 65 millimeter. So, therefore, it's a forged mill wheel. That means it's lighter, it's bigger, so therefore, the EGTs will stay lower and the engine will be happier. Most importantly, I'm not a huge fan of the VGTs. These things sound badass. So therefore, the guy's not going after that big high horsepower number, but he's going to accomplish a lot of things. Lower EGT sounds good, drives good, spools good. But here's one thing that I want to see, and I know you guys want to see. He did our D3 HP package. We still have factory injectors in it. Let's put this thing on the dyno and see what it will do to the rear wheels. It's dyno time. Well, it looks like we're keeping the LML Duramax and not trading it in for an L5P. What do we end up making? Take a look at the dyno graph. 561 rural horsepower and 1,139 feet-pound of torque. That new VGT turbocharger is badass. Here's the reason why. So when I'm running these trucks, I start out with a very nice RPM window that I'm gonna run it. 2200, 2700. The run you guys saw, I ran from 2250 to 3000. I was like, we're gonna be out of injector. No sir, we kept going. Take a look at this. So the truck made its peak RPM at 3000, but it made its peak HP RPM at 3000 as well. 561. That means if I lengthen my RPM, the truck will still make power. How much more? I don't know. I'm gonna call the customer because he stated to me, look, I'm not after big horsepower. And I'm like, I kind of am, but I understand. So I stayed along those guidelines and I ran it very comfortable, did a data log on it, everything looks good. There is more power out there. But the biggest thing I want you guys to take away is what the customer was and is achieving by a D3 HP package. He did the turbocharger, he did the high pressure fuel pump, take off that CP4 and upgrade to a CP3. Guess what? Well, now when he pops the hood, he's got the Whirly Custom Fab piping kit. It looks badass. All that is awesome. The biggest thing is you can have a 100% compliant truck and take out that CP4 pump and upgrade it to a CP3. If you're having problems finding that, you can search the entire web or you can call the shop. One of my guys can get you helped out. Guys, last week's video was a realistic video. It was a tow power upgrade on a 5th gen. This week's video is realistic. These 600 horsepower trucks are realistic builds every day. Yes, I like big high horsepower shit. That is my goal, that is my dream, but this is realistic. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and took a lot from it. Make for sure, like, subscribe on the YouTube channel. We'll see you back here next week at Point Blank Performance. L5P Duramax compound coming soon. Now enough of that, guys. Our D3 HP package installed. God. Guys, you do not know how much my phone today. Alarms, I got all these alarms. Let me reset that. Okay, one more time. From the top.